Well, another day, another potential controversy around some wrong pack weight in a certain store pack that EA have now removed from the store, and there's some debate on what happened, so we're going to talk about that. We got potentially one of the SBCs of the year with this Barcola. He looks amazing. Obviously, France are favorites, and they're going to go probably pretty far in the tournament, and this card could potentially look really insane. So I think if you've used him, let me know if you've liked him so far. He does look very, very good. We're also going to talk about like the state of the game kind of as is at the moment. We'll talk more about that later on, but I'm talking about evolutions and why the game, not accounting gameplay, is actually in a pretty fun state at the moment. And I don't get why EA don't do this stuff a little more often, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna talk more about that in a sec. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Other random bits of news, of course, as well. I showed you Barcola that came out. We also got a Hernan Crespo SBC with power shots, aerial, and technical. So looks very, very good. The play styles are really nice on him. The passing's a little low, which is the only problem. Really, he's got great pace, great shooting, great dribbling, and you know, good play styles as well. I like having icons that don't have usable cards that we get usable cards for, so that's nice. But okay, so the title of the video is about the fact that there was kind of a pack controversy, and we're pretty sure that EA removed it, but also there's a chance that they didn't. But we do know one thing for sure: something seems very bugged with it. We'll talk about that right now. So this was the pack that came out. Premium Championship Bracket Pack, included 7 rare gold players, 89 or higher, all from a top 24 Euro nation or top 16 Copa America nation. Now, mental note, this says ending in 5 days, 23 hours, right? So 6 days. Then we got this dog tweet. It says, GG if you open the 525k pack. It was basically a guaranteed 96 Diaz pack. Had broken odds, so they removed it. Did you open it in time? And if you look at the replies to this tweet, there are a lot of people getting Ruben Diaz in this pack they opened. I got him, LOL. Diaz is in there at center back. Scroll down, yes, again at the top there. Keep scrolling, me too. This guy got Diaz. So it was, and this guy right here too, it did seem like Ruben Diaz was popping up quite a bit, and I'm sure a lot more than EA actually intended. And Unique Riggers tweets out, apparently EA removed the pack, Ruben Diaz was in all of them. Was this true? That's where the debate began, because his pack on the companion app said 5 days, 23 hours, that it was ending, but there was actually a screenshot here. Here's also on the console, 5 days, 23 hours. You can't really see that. You guys see that there? It's a bad screenshot, but it says 5 days, 23 hours there. But there's also a screenshot down here from somebody's stream. I can't tell who this is, that Gorilla's stream, where it says an hour and 2 minutes that it expires it. So some people are thinking that, okay, the pack just expired as is. Now, it's pretty rare we see store packs enter the store for what, 3 hours like 3 hours at a time, and then also have seemingly broken odds. It is a little strange. Maybe the pack was just really, really good, and it was a visual glitch, and the Diaz's thing isn't even true, and it was just people getting good pack pulls. But you can kind of lean on whatever side you want to here, but it seems like no matter what, the pack was broken because the time was wrong somewhere. So obviously there's a glitch here somewhere. Could it have just been a time issue? It could have been, but we were seeing a lot of Ruben Diaz's in this pack, and it did seem a little fishy, and then it disappeared. So, you know, make of that what you will. There was no EA tweet from EA Direct about it. So, yeah, I mean, you be the judge. I packed him 2 times, and I guess so. I got Diaz too, and it's the replies, there's Diaz's all over the place. So, I don't know. It sure seems a little fishy, but maybe my conspiracy hat is just tied on too tight. My blood flow is not going to my brain, but it does seem a little odd. Now, also, there was this tweet going around that, let's just read it. First 100 rated player. Some people rightfully pointed out that Oblak would get a +1 instead of a +1 playstyle plus based on his profile down here. In the unlikely case Slovenia wins the Euros, Oblak would have to be 100 rated. And people were like, oh my God, what are they gonna do? And to be honest with you, if Slovenia somehow managed to win the damn Euros, Oblak would go from 99 overall to a 99 overall. Nothing would change. And also, like the top reply says here, I have a feeling that we will not have to worry about this scenario. And I tend to agree. But yeah, okay. FUT Zone tweet. Okay, FUT Zone Daily Clown Show tweet. Circus Act tweet. They get hundreds of thousands of views and interactions constantly. And this guy does not know. I'm convinced he knows absolutely nothing. There is a big reveal expected with the FC25 reveal in August. Breaking, new features will be in FC25 in August. Who would have guessed, guys? Who would have guessed? FUT Zone knows absolutely fucking nothing, I'm telling you right now. Am I giving the guy the attention he wants? Probably. It's just too fun clowning on him. It's like low-hanging fruit that I can just taste. I can taste FUT Zone. I'm just gonna shut up. Path to Glory SBC is such objective coming soon. We've got a Rajo, Lamer, and Enzo Fernandez on the way. So we saw Barcola today, obviously, along with Hernan Crespo. So these two still yet to come. We'll see them shortly. it does seem to me like Enzo could be one of those like Friday Team 2 SBCs because he's like so hyped up. I mean, Araujo, to be fair, could be too. So one of these might be like the next Friday SBC because they're just like hyped up players. But as of right now, we think we're seeing a Team 2. Futbin, I think, was insinuating we'll get a Team 2. I don't know what the hell they know, but we don't have any like word for sure about a Team 2. And there was this tweet here that was getting a lot of interaction as well. A lot of people agreed with it. This promo so far, sorry, is such a massive W. Top tier SBCs, good pack weight, unbelievable season pass, free evolutions. I think he's mostly right here, actually. And I think that I just really wish we would start to see these things a bit earlier in the year. You know, right now, FIFA is actually in a pretty good spot in terms of not the gameplay because fuck my life, but in terms of like the content, it's in a pretty decent spot at the moment. I still prefer League SBCs and prefer a lot of different changes. The game modes obviously suck ass. You know my opinions on this, but the rewards at least have gotten better. You've got Evos coming out that are all top of the power curve. You've got good, pretty decent pack weight, better pack weight than Tots with cards that look insane. Like I just wish there would be times earlier in the year where we would see this more often because I feel like for this year especially, it just feels too little too late because people have left this game already because of the shit show that it was. I feel like you don't need to make every promo similar to what this has been, but I think you can really do a lot more with certain promos than what we've seen in like February promos, like some bullshit. Okay, like do you remember even what promos came out in February in, I don't know, December, early December? Like I don't fucking know. We had, what's the good promo prior to Team of the Year, right? Team of the Year doesn't even really count because like that promo wasn't even great apart from SBCs. The pack weight was terrible, but you've got Thunderstruck, which everybody loved, right? What did it have? A lot of great SBCs. The pack weight on cards was pretty good. The cards were also pretty good. And good evolutions. That's all we really need. Evolutions toward the top of the power curve. They don't have to be like the most insane ever. Just toward the top of the power curve. And that does a whole lot of a difference. I don't get why we can't see some of this stuff earlier into the year to keep the hype of this game going. And I know why they don't do it. It's because they want to make more money at FIFA point sales, right? Obviously. But, and by the way, that Akanji, in fact, I can Evo this Akanji is sick. I mean, I love that. I mean, this Akanji is already great as is. He's going to be even better. It's the top of the power curve center back that I can get. Yes, he's paid, but he's actually going to be like probably worth that price. I'm just not myself convinced that if EA don't do this stuff more often, they're going to lose a shit ton of money. To me, if you had great SBCs, good Evos and shit, to me, I don't understand how they wouldn't just make the same amount of money or more, because you'll have more users on the game, more satisfied users, more inclined to spend money instead of constantly worrying about fucking creating addictions all day, because that's all they do, and that will just run out eventually. People will catch on eventually, right? You can only hold on to the whales for so long. You'll always keep the whales, but then after that, you might only have the whales and nothing else. Right now, they're trying to, you know, create a system where less users, but more money per user to make up for the less users. I don't think that's like the sustainable way to do it, in my opinion. Now, obviously, EA have hired people to look at this shit, and they probably know a lot more than I do, but I'm just looking at this from like a fan's perspective here, and I don't like the direction this game is going in, obviously. The fact that like we get an immediate switch up toward the summertime where like they clearly know what we like, and they will not give it to us until they absolutely have made their fuck ton, and they're gonna go sit back at a beach somewhere and kick their feet up and relax as glitches happen and shit because no one's watching this shit. They just like, you know, give out the content, give out good shit. They know what we like, which is fine. I'm fine with that, but they can do it earlier. So if I feel bad because I'm just complaining on you know, a time of the year where like we're seeing good content, and of course what am I doing? I'm complaining. But I don't want to complain about this content right now. I'm complaining about just still from what we've seen throughout the course of this whole year. It's been one of the worst FIFA years of all time. I think that's fairly you know, consensus opinion there. And I feel like a lot of this great shit we're seeing like could just happen so much sooner and continue the life of the game for longer, and more users will be on. I mean, I'm just spewing, but it's just my opinion on like seeing the fan base of FIFA go down over the years. It's obviously still one of the biggest games in the world, but it used to be at some sort of crazy pinnacle that I'm sure people don't even like realize how insanely big it was. But okay, so the market right now though, it's absolutely ridiculous, because if you go and look at Ultimate Tots cards, they've gone down even further than when I talked about it yesterday. Leao done a 600, that hurts dearly. I bought him for like 850 3 days ago, and that hurts. And center backs are just dying in price right now. This will continue to happen to me all year long. Every center back that is good will continue to drop in price because there's just so many good ones coming out. Obviously, the great Evo today. You got a Rajo SBC on the way. You've got Joe Gomez SBC, right? Like all these center backs, there's gonna be so many options, even fullbacks to a certain extent, maybe a little bit less, but those guys will drop so much as time goes on because there's just such a plethora of options. Midfielders are very dynamic. They do different things a lot of the time, so it's tough to have like a huge midfielder crash, but center backs specifically and fullbacks too to a lesser extent, they can really just go down in a heartbeat because of like a crazy SBC. Like that Araujo could be 300,000 coins, and that causes every center back to go down another like 30%. So when you buy a center back, just be aware of that. I was talking about yesterday how I feel like Euro cards will be a good time to buy probably today, Sunday night, Monday morning time, because I do feel like we'll continue to get Euro hype all the way until Division Rivals rewards. Store packs obviously can change that. Nothing's like too leaked at the moment though. And people ask as well, like, okay, if we should wait for Rivals Awards to buy the Copa America cards, when after Rivals Awards do you buy Copa America cards? And actually, this is even gonna go with like next year, unless we see some huge rewards changes next year, which obviously it's very up in the air what that'll look like, but we'll talk about that then. Even next year, looking at things, it's gonna be actually way easier to navigate the Division Rivals market and like the buy times and sell times. It's always been fairly easy once you get things down, but especially after crazy tradable Rivals Rewards, if they start again next year with some pretty good tradable Rivals Rewards, it will be just an hour after Rivals Rewards, 2 hours after you buy cards, and then you sell them height of weekend league demand after you're done weekend league quickly to maybe even make a profit on them and also make the coins off of the weekend league. So it should be pretty easy actually. Now as the EA probably know that as well, so will they change some things? Yeah, but I would say and it's usually between an hour to 3 hours after Division Rivals Awards, sometime in there. That's usually a good buy window for them. And then obviously fodder as well. I haven't really talked about fodder much. 89s are up a crazy amount right now to 23,000, 24,000. I don't expect that to stay too much. That's also affecting the price of this other fodder here, and there's already a lot of great SPCs out. I'm not like in love with it at the moment, honestly. Let's read my wonderful subscribers comments. We've got Tetwani Escobar, who says, fuck this game. Eloquently put, my friend. Joel, a bit of a market question. Do you think the bigger Euro/Copa cards like Saka, Saliba, Militao will drop a lot in price before they go out of / win their respective tournaments? Tempted to pick up a few of them for a bit. So I'm saying, are you thinking they're going to drop a lot in price before they lose? Because obviously when they do lose, they will go down a lot. But before then, the only way it probably happens is if there was a market crash in general. Live cards are going to be fairly safe. Live cards are one of the more safer ones when there's like not a game going on. Obviously if there's a game going on, they're one of the most ridiculous cards in the game. Try and buy and sell, but if you want to just hold on to them and you're for sure getting out of them before they could possibly be eliminated from the tournament, even if Brazil lose game one, even if somehow France lose game one, somehow some way they'll drop a lot. So obviously unlikely, and you're probably gonna be looking at just fine holding on to them for a little while. Just make sure you're out before they could get knocked out at all. JKL says JFC bro, Mavs in 6. Not even a Mavs fan, but I hate the Celtics. Well, right now it's not looking great again. Hopefully they can win 4 in a row. We'll see. X Darda, did anybody notice that the daily gold, silver, and bronze upgrades just vanished? I can't find them anymore. It's really odd to me that they decided now in June to get rid of those. I'm hoping they come back in like a day or two and they're only gone for a little bit, but if they don't bring those back, strange decision to not bring those back. Are we just getting too many golds right now? The exchanges are just too good, I guess. Odd. I definitely would agree that is really strange. Emilio Rasco, I was waiting for your upload, brother. How are you and the woman doing? Well, actually, yesterday's upload being late was not the woman's fault this time. It was unfortunately my fault and my fault only. However, if it is her fault, I will be the first one to tell you. Now, will I whisper it to you? Yes, because she might hear me, and that would not be good. But besides that, I think I just voiced it again. Thank you for being here. I love you all. Thanks for listening to me talk about fuck knows what. I don't even know anymore. Since there was one, peace.